Hi everyone, I'm Leanne Lee, your Diva of DIY, and I'm super excited to share a new product with you that is available on Amazon.com. It is a new calcium carbonate that is available that will allow you to make any color chalk paint you want. Now, they sent it to me and I was a little bit skeptical at first. I've tried all the chalk paints out there, but I have tried it and I'm giving it a thumbs up. And so I wanted to show you today exactly how I, as a professional painter, would paint a piece of furniture using this calcium carbonate and latex paint. So let's get started. So this is the product. This is exactly how it comes. I'm using a color to go from Sherwin-Williams, and the color is, it's called Cruising, Sherwin-Williams 6782. You're gonna mix 1 cup of your latex paint, right there. Okay, that is 1 cup. You're also gonna mix 4 tablespoons of the calcium carbonate. Now, when you first start mixing this, you're gonna think that it seems really chunky, but once you mix it up, kind of whip it pretty aggressively, 2 tablespoons of water, and that's it. Whip it pretty aggressively and it will smooth out. So I'm gonna do that. I love this color. It's a great color for painting. But the great thing about buying calcium carbonate alone is that you can mix any color you want. I don't know if you have looked at, you go to different vintage markets and things and you see different chalk paints out there and you see furniture pieces that have been painted, but you see that they're all the same colors. And so I like to be a little different. I like my things unique, and not everybody's decor is the same. So it's nice to be able to pick your own chalk paint color. Okay, once you get this mixed up, it'll be nice and smooth, and you're ready to go. Set that off to the side, and now it's time to prep your piece. Now, I know everybody says you don't have to sand, and if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But as a decorative painter, I'm going to tell you that you never know where the piece has been. So I'm a firm believer in getting a little bit of elbow grease into your project. So I always take 220 sandpaper and sand the piece first. So just a light scuff. I have sanded this entire piece. Once you've done that, then I take Crud Cutter, which is a degreaser, and I clean it. And let me just show you exactly what came off of this piece. So had you not done that, nothing is going to stick to this, right? I mean, nothing's going to stick to oil and grease and grime. So this just makes it that much more durable of a finish for you, okay? So we've got that done. It's clean, it's dry, and it's ready now for our paint. So we're going to take our Cruising chalk paint. I'm going to use a paintbrush, and we are going to just start painting. And let me go ahead and angle this, because I think it'll be easier for you to see if I angle it up a little bit. I think that'll help. Okay. And you just want to start putting it on. I thought it was crazy how good the coverage of this paint really is. And I'm using a very cheap, these color to goes, these are just their sample containers. So the calcium carbonate really has added some durability to this paint. We almost have a 1-coat coverage with this. Now you could probably get away with some colors doing it 1 coat. And if you're doing a distressed finish, or you've got a white background or something underneath, or going for like a coastal look, you could probably get away with the 1 coat. I probably will put the 1 coat on, lightly buff it, and then do a 2nd coat. And then I can distress the edges if I want. But you see, I'm just putting it on with a brush. Now, if you want, you can always offload it a little bit with a roller. And let me show you how you'll do that. I use a mohair roller. It's very smooth, and so it's not designed to roll. It doesn't have a big nap. It's not designed to stipple it up. And what you can do is, this will kind of help get rid of some of the lines. But I promise you, once you start buffing the finish, you'll find that all of those lines will go away anyway. So I'm just going to keep going. Now I'm not crazy about these hinges, so I'm going to go ahead and go over them. And I love how this product will stick right to those. But make sure you use that degreaser on those as well, because they do get a lot of grease and grime on those. All right, I'm almost finished covering this, and I'm just going to smooth this back out. I kind of like a little bit of that distressed look. I'm going to get the rest of this on, and then I want to show you what I have done with the sides. Okay, so I've got one coat on here and it is completely dry. Now when you feel it, it feels kind of coarse, but don't be alarmed. Once you buff it out, it will be as smooth as butter. And I am using a 220 buffing pad. If you can't find these at the store, just get your 220 sanding paper like you used before and that'll work fine. Just use a light touch, but you just want to lightly sand it. It's not going to take much at all. Now this is going to do two things. One, it's going to knock the edge off and make it feel really smooth. Two, it's going to test the adhesion, and that's really important because if it comes off when you do this, you've got an adhesion problem, and that means you probably need to prime it or you didn't get all of the grease off. And so that you need to stop right there and get it clean first. You'll always have problems with it, so it's always good to test that. So I've never had a problem. I've used this product on several pieces of furniture in several different colors. I haven't had a problem yet with this, and I'm not having a problem now, so I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to wipe off the extra residue and paint my second coat. So I'm going to take my paintbrush and go ahead and paint that second coat on. Get a nice even coverage. And then I'm going to do that on the other three sides as well as the top and let that dry. If you plan on distressing it, I would give it a good 12 to 24 hours just to let it fully dry, and then you can take your buffing pad or your sanding block, sand the edges and do any type of detailing that you want to do. Once you've done that, then it's just a matter of putting a clear coat on it. I would say if you're going to use it in a child's room or you're planning on doing something like in the dining room or kitchen table, I would either use a wax. Clear wax, we typically use a carnauba wax you can find at your local hardware store. They also sell a waxing brush, so you would just dip it in there and wax your piece. Another option is a clear polyurethane. So either of those will give you a good durable finish. If you're not planning on using this for anything except for accessories, there's no need to wax or clear coat them at all. They'll actually be beautiful as standalone pieces. So as a decorative painter, I'm going to give this a thumbs up. I just want to reiterate this product. It is PACOSOL calcium carbonate. It says right on the package, the best homemade chalk paint. It's got a recipe right on it. It's calcium carbonate. You can get it on Amazon.com. I can tell you as a professional painter of 15 years, it is a great product. And as the diva of DIY, it gets my stamp of approval. I'm Leanne Lee, your Diva of DIY. See you next time.